Hello, I'm Kari Frazier, the founder and executive director of Detroit is Different Community Group. The Detroit is Different Community Group comes out of the shadows of everything that the world faced, the pandemic, COVID-19. During this time, people such as myself and all of the creatives associated with Detroit is Different, the regular podcast network, did not know what we were going to do to bring back the social, the cultural, and just really the connection and the experience of what we always offer. Now comes a whole new idea. The idea led to Detroit is Different Community Group. It was the program. The program is A Lot of Studio. A Lot of Studio is where we repurpose vacant lots of land into a soundstage. That soundstage was a soundstage for podcasting before a live audience, performance for live acts. A lot of the live acts already connected with Detroit is Different. We really didn't know what was going to happen. It was 14 months. We were stuck in the house, and really, as creatives, we were wondering, what could we do? We're not seen as essential. We're not connecting with our people. And furthermore, we're not getting the energy we need so that we could keep going. And now we have an idea. A Lot of Studio. A Lot of Studio sparked so much energy in year one, 2021. It led and began from a Cash App crowdfund campaign. So through Cash App, we raised $8,000. I want to say $8,500 to be exact. And that was just a start of where we got to $26,000 for what we needed to offer live performance, podcasting. We had seating. We turned in a vacant lot and made it a place that people wanted to come. People wanted to have that experience. People wanted to connect, and it was essential because this takes place in a legacy Detroit Black neighborhood. Hope Village Revitalization is the CDC over here. But more so, when you think of my neighborhood, you're thinking of 12th Street, you're thinking of Linwood, you're thinking of Dexter, you're thinking of Livernois, you're thinking of Davidson, you're thinking of Central High School, and where so much of Detroit runs through when we think of the Westside. So something like this to take place on a residential block of Clements, where I live, is just so rare. And to see that rarity come to life where creativity and connected so many of these large figures in the history of Black Detroit. So Catherine Kelly of Bridge Detroit, the comedian Coco with years of radio experience, the Honorable Joanne Watson, Malik Yakini, and so many others all came to visit and share their thoughts on podcast forums about things happening in and around Detroit. And this is really from the Black legacy standpoint. And we built it off the Iguzu Saba. Those are the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. Every podcast discussion focused on unity, self-determination, cooperative economics, collective work and responsibility, purpose, faith, and creativity. This is really what we do with Detroit is Different. And turning that vacant lot into a place for performance where you can witness the likes of Thornetta Davis, Alex Way, Alex White, so many others, my Detroit players, a lot of brands just bless the stage, Molly Wop, many more, all added to the culture and flair of what we have in this community that is needed right now. So that was year one, 2021. Year two, expanded. We got a bigger stage. We got more equipment. We actually got more land, and we also had some shipping containers put in so that we have places to store a lot of our equipment and a lot of the seating. But more seating is needed now. We need to do a whole new landscape architectural design. We also need to add more art. The first art installation for A Lot of Studio came from Sterling Toes. Sterling Toes did an exhibit at the MoCA and wanted to make sure that he had a safe space inside A Lot of Studio, where that vacant lot turned into so much more, where we have art now, but we want more art. We want better architecture. We want a marketplace so people can exchange and vend, all in the heart of this community, a street and a block that many people say is blighted, poverty, under-resourced. Nothing will happen. We're bringing beauty to our community and birthing it the same way we birth our greens, our tomatoes, and our bell peppers in the garden boxes inside A Lot of Studio too, because it's giving people so much than just the information and being fed with so much more than the creativity of performance. You're also being fed with real, live food itself. A lot of studios are grandiose vision. And this year, we're looking for $50,000 to make this happen. So, a lot of studio takes place at the end of June all the way through to the beginning of August. But we begin planning all year. We're actually planning for next year's A Lot of Studio while the current year's A Lot of Studio is happening, because this is grandiose. This is a big stage. And we've welcomed so many great performers, so many speakers that want to touch the stage, and so much support from the community. We want to make sure that we can give it at the scale that they deserve. So what I'm asking for is your support in A Lot of Studio, because that is the mission of Detroit is Different community group. And as we grow, we're going to connect. We want to show that you can take something that people will say has no value, and we can pour in our social capital and make it a place that we all want to connect with. A vacant lot can be turned A Lot of Studio, the soundstage.